Hello there, so welcome back to a new episode. Today it's Wednesday, and what better time to look at how the stock has been moving, and then of course providing our personal forecast for the stock pre-merger and of course leading up to the merger. So yeah, we have been seeing a lot of action when we are looking out to the 5-day period and beyond, and of course now you could be asking yourself, where is the stock actually going to go, and is it still a good buy at the current price? We're going to be asking all of those questions in tonight's video, so if it does sound like a good episode, please do leave a like and subscribe. So yeah, like I said, we're going to be walking through all of the targets which we have for the stock in the near future, and like I said, if it does sound like a great video, you can subscribe, and if you want to come and talk to us on Discord, you can do so as well, and of course if you want to become a channel member, you can do so by pressing the join button. So what we're going to do first is we're going to provide some context over the last month, looking at how this one has been moving. So yeah, earlier part of the month, maybe even a bit before then, in that graph if you can see, we had this big spike due to the merger being announced, and of course since then we have broken highs this month, and of course these highs were up here. This was a high of $16.33, and I think a lot of people did actually get in at that point. A lot of people in the comments in previous videos were telling me that they got in at that point, and they were asking what I think, being as we have seen a few days of sell-off. Now of course my personal view is I don't think that the sell-off is too bad, and you know what, after seeing such a big increase, it is fair to see a sell-off. We've had a few days where the stock price has been up, and we've got to look logically. From the 15th to the 24th, so obviously about 10 days, maybe 9, the stock price has increased by 20%, so of course that is a big increase. So you can imagine why it has sold off a small bit. If we look from a percentage point, it's only 5.5% sell-off, so it's not really too steep at all. And even here on the past day, it is looking like it may actually be starting to level out and, get a bit more flat, and I think this is showing strength for a reversal. So of course on the 5-day chart it does kind of reflect that, in the sense that we are in a kind of decent space to potentially see some room to the upside in the next part of the week. So yeah, for the end of the week I would like to see us end positive, because if we do have a look on Google, we can see that we've only started off the week on 15.50. We're only 10 cents below that right now, and I think even if we do sell off tomorrow, which I would like to see us not do, I would like to see some more strength come into it tomorrow, and I think that is possible. Even if we do, I think the last 2 days of the week do provide enough time for the stock to recover. Now I'm not saying that we are going to shoot up to highs up here of about $17-18, but I do think we should see some form of an increase on the good side. So of course on top of that, for the long term, leading up to the merger, because you guys of course do want to know my merger target, and I personally believe we are still seeing a lot of strength in this stock. I think hitting $20 pre-merger is almost certain at this stage. Now of course the reason why I think that is because we are so far away from the merger, and we're seeing a lot of hype on it so far. We're already at 15. To push up $5 in a few months is not impossible. Now the date today I do believe is the 30th of December, which means that January is literally only around the corner. Tomorrow or the next day, I'm not sure if it ends on the 30th or the 31st this month, but yeah, it is very close to January, and as you guys will know, the merger is happening Q1 of 2021, so of course that is any time in the next 3 months. I do not think a merger date has been announced yet, but of course when it does get announced I will be updating you. But I think once we do get that date come out, like I have said in the past, I think that will be quite strong, because then we'll be seeing some actual signs of a deadline, if you will, for growth on the stock. So I would say, up until the merger, I'd like to see it hit $20 to $25 if nothing else happens. So of course, minimum of 20 in my opinion, high of $25 to $30. Now of course, there are a few factors which could help this stock out. I'm not saying that any of them are going to happen, but if they were to happen, I do believe that they would have a big impact. So of course, one of the main factors which we have talked about before is if this stock gets endorsed by an institution or whatnot, or something like that. So if an institution picks up the stock in a certain number, and if it's a trustworthy institution, I do believe that would have a huge effect on the stock's price, and I think it'd force a lot of investors to have confidence in the company, and for that reason I definitely think it could help the stock to shoot up. So yeah, if that was to happen, it could be amazing, but we can't count on that one happening. Either way, in my personal view, I would say that over the next few weeks and months, this stock is still a buy at the current price of $15.38. I am personally looking to buy some of this towards the end of this month, like I have said, and of course I'll be talking you through that when that does happen. So yeah, of course my personal opinions are at $15.38. It's definitely a good opportunity to buy the dip, but depending on how strongly you believe in this company, if you're holding it for a long-term perspective, yes, it's still decent, not too bad at all. I think we're definitely a lot better than up here at 16 and 17. But of course, for the short-term perspective, I don't see a problem with it at all, because in my view, I think you'll be up at least $5 per share at time of the merger. Now, of course, before we do end off, I do want to state that I am not a financial advisor, and that's just my opinion, but of course, I will keep you updated every single video, every single day, so please do subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye until then.